Hi, it's Jenny Pell in the Grower's Garden, and today we're going to make Tatsoi Chips, which are kind of like kale chips, but better. And this garden is really young. We planted this garden about 6 months ago, and we eat almost half of our vegetables out of the garden that we started really recently. This is a tatsoi. It's in the Bok Choy family. It's really similar. It grows like crazy up here, and we don't eat it as a cooked vegetable as much as we eat it as chips. So I'm just going to harvest it, and we're going to go in and learn how to make tatsoi chips. They're better than potato chips. When these shrink down in the dehydrator, they're just perfect one serving size. And they're just super tasty. And I've been experimenting with all the different kinds of chips. We've been doing broccoli leaf chips, kale chips, and hands down, these are everybody's favorite. What I'm trying to do is stop buying packaged prepared foods at the grocery store. What I find at the grocery store is in Maui, we import 95% of our food, and I like snacks. Like, I want to have crispy, salty snacks, but I don't want it to come in a plastic bag on a diesel-fueled ship across the ocean. I just want to grow and make my own, and it's really easy. So when it tastes better, and it's better for you, and I don't have to go to the grocery store, it's kind of a win all the way around. We make about 2 or 3 batches of these a week, and they're usually gone within a day, even if we make a lot. So what I'm looking for is the nicest, biggest leaves, and I'm not really interested in the stems. A lot of people, when they cook them, they're looking for the whole stem, right? Because the stem is part of the vegetable. But in this case, we're really mostly interested in the leaf. And so I'm looking for the biggest, fattest leaves, which tend to be the outside ones. And in 3 or 4 days, all these inside leaves will be as big as these ones, right? So as long as I keep harvesting them, it keeps producing. So we've been eating tatsoi chips off of this for probably 6 weeks or 2 months, and every few days it has more to harvest. I'm gonna head into the kitchen and make tatsoi chips. So I'm just gonna quickly run these through the salad spinner because they come fresh from the garden, and you always wanna wash your greens out of the garden, particularly in Hawaii where we have snails that we really have to make sure we don't have any in our produce. Now I'm just gonna take the tatsoi leaves and put them on the towel to dry. I'm just gonna roll them up like a big burrito. So the recipe is really simple. I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon of salt, and some brewer's yeast. And you can add any ingredients you like from there. That's the core recipe. Those by themselves are over the top delicious. I'm gonna add a little balsamic vinegar today, but I've also done Mexican style ones and ones with Indian spices. They're all really good. So 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm gonna put in a tablespoon of balsamic. And even though it doesn't seem like very much, I'm just gonna put in a teaspoon of salt. If it's more than a teaspoon, they're too salty. This is brewer's yeast. You can get this at most markets. If you have a co-op, you can get it in the bulk section. And I'm gonna go ahead and put in, about a 1/4 cup. And I'm gonna stir all that up, and pretty much we're ready to go. So it kind of looks like just a paste in there. This is a Nesco dehydrator. And this is an excellent machine. I've had this for about 15 years, and I dry all kinds of things in here. And it has a bunch of different settings on the top. If you're vegan or a raw vegan, you tend to cook things less than 120 degrees. I tend to do the chips at 135, but it has all the instructions right on top. So I just want to get this all ready to go. So there's my first layer. Let's get the chips in the mix. And no matter how many I think I have, it's less than I think I have.
You are my sweetest inspiration. You steal my blues.
So I got all the chips in, I turned it on to 135 degrees, and I'm gonna set my timer for 4 hours, and then these are ready. We can probably eat these in one evening just with our family. So it's 4 hours later. The chips should be ready. I put them at 135 degrees. If you're a raw food person, you can put them at 118, 117. That's the standard dehydrating for max nutrition. But we want to eat them really fast, so we put them at 135. And here's the Tatsoi chip. Let's give it a go. Oh my God, that is so good. Wow. They're always delicious, nutritious, huge hit with the family. We have friends over, they're all suspicious. They look at this leaf and they think, what the hell is that? And then they eat one and then the whole batch is gone in 5 minutes. Thanks for joining us in the Grower's Kitchen, and we'll see you next time. Yum.